All right, so I just wanted to do a quick little video just to kind of recap what we've been working on this week. So our main focus has been on establishing a response to the different markers that I'm going to be using. So a marker is a cue or a sound that announces the arrival of food for her. So it's going to mark a specific moment in time that I like something, and every time she hears this sound or this word that I use, I'm going to present food. So over time, an association is built where every time she hears the sound, food happens. So then the behavior that she does when she hears the marker then takes on the good feeling of food. So that's one of the things that we're working on. I'm definitely using that to harness better engagement with her. Right now, we've been doing it mostly within the training room where there's not a lot of distractions, and we've been moving out to different environments just to kind of generalize that engagement, improve that engagement, and things where there's a little bit more happening around us. So essentially, Thalia. Yep. Every time she looks up at me or checks in with me, I want to mark that moment and put value on it, and then pay her for that engagement. So the different markers that I'm using are going to be the word yes and good or okay. So yes is going to be as soon as she does something that I like, I say the word yes, she can come to me and get that reinforcement. Good and okay are going to be ones that I use a little bit more to, excuse me, build duration in each behavior. So the main focus has been on that yes marker. And now that she's understanding what the behaviors are that I'm looking for, I'm going to start building duration into each of those behaviors. So when she hears the word good, I've lured her into a behavior. I'll say the word good to show her that I like that, and I'm going to repeat good, treat, good, treat, good, treat to build up the amount of time that she's in each behavior. And then okay means she can come up out of behavior. So when she hears good, I'm bringing food to her to keep her in behavior. And when I say okay, I'm moving her out of behavior to show her that she's done with that behavior. Something else that we're working on is helping her understand how to respond to leash pressure. So dogs typically resist pressure. It's just something that they naturally do. If you pull, they lean into it and create more pressure. So I want her to understand that when I apply pressure, and she moves into it, creating slack, that I'm going to counter that slack. I'm going to create more slack also, and then I'm going to mark and reward that. So I want her to understand that there's value in creating slack when she feels pressure. That will help with leash walking and disengaging her from triggers and re-engaging her with me, things like that. When we get into a little bit more advanced behaviors, and I need to help her go into behavior, maybe there's some motivators that are competing with her attention to me, I can use leash pressure to help put her into the behaviors that I want. I want her to understand how to turn that pressure off by moving into the leash. Thalia. Oh, good girl. Very good. Lots of luring right now. I want to make it a point, sorry, my allergies are kicking in. I want to make it a point to reward her pretty consistently for the things that I like right now. I want to create that history. Every time you do something I like, that you get a payment for it. That's where we are right now. I'm definitely, everything that we do, there's food involved, there's treats involved. I want to create that history so that when we get into situations where there are competing motivators, or she's maybe not wanting to do something, and I withhold that food, I want her to question why there was a lack of reinforcement. So theoretically, that'll help her offer up new behaviors or try a little bit harder next time. So that's something that I'm going to play with. I want to really make sure that she knows exactly what I'm looking for with each behavior before I start withholding food, which that's pretty much where we are now. She's got really great obedience so far. I'm super happy with how she's coming along. Thalia, good. Good girl. Good. Okay. I know that this is a super brief video. I don't like to send a lot of homework home on the first week. I want it to really make sure that she's understanding everything with me. As we progress, I'll give you things to do at home. If you would like to, when you go to feed her, instead of just putting a bowl down on the ground, break up, come on, good girl. Break up the meals by offering up that marker word. So have the bowl in your hand, and then yes, give her food. Yes, give give her food. And all that's really gonna do is strengthen her response to that marker outside of her training environment with me. So I think that would be really helpful if you wanna do that. It's gonna really help with engagement. So again, every time you're walking around, yes, and she looks up at you and pays attention and follows you around, reward that moment, capture that moment and put value in it. So that way, as we progress and we get into new environments where there's lots of competing motivators, she's willing to check in because there is that value in her doing so. All right.